has a story to tell. Today, my guest is Melissa Bailey. Melissa, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
So, my name is Melissa Bailey. I am a single mom to a wonderful, almost 10-year-old boy. And I live currently in Charleston, West Virginia.
I have met him. He's a little sweetheart. I will say that.
He is my little monkey.
Well, I wanted to have you on here today to talk about the struggles of being like a single mom and trying to balance work and life. How do you get through that?
Coffee. Coffee and Jesus.
So I
Or,
remember you were trying to do paparazzi at one time, right? Are you still
yes.
doing that?
No. No, I quit paparazzi. I went to their convention and
Mhm.
I spent a lot of money there to get like the exclusive pieces and everything, and people just stopped buying after I made the trip. So I just didn't see, if I wasn't making any money, I didn't see the point of pursuing.
Right, right. So what made you even try to join paparazzi? Because I know a lot of people
Oh,
say that they don't like the MLM
yeah,
structures.
yeah. So my friend making a car payment off of paparazzi. She like sat down with me and showed me the numbers, and I was just intrigued and on how many people were buying from her and how much money she was making. I At the time I was married to
Right.
Jeremy, and we could use the extra money. I said $5 could get us like that's like bus fare for us. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that was the mindset of it, but it apparently didn't work out that way.
Now, if you can do an MLM business, would you attempt it again or are you done with them?
I would have to be really intrigued. I would have to be shown like I did with paparazzi, shown the numbers, show me the ropes and stuff like that, because I can't afford to lose money. So
Right, right. So, I also noticed like recently you've been taking little man to events and stuff,
yeah.
like concerts and things like that. How have you guys been interacting with that? Is that fun?
Yeah, he loves it. I recently took him to Monster Jam for the first time.
Mhm.
And besides the noise and the loudness, he enjoyed it. He loved it. That's all right.
That's good.
I try as a single mother with a limited income to do at least one fun thing a month with him. At least one.
Right. Well, okay, well, out of all the ones that you've done, what do you think has been his favorite?
Um, that's a good question. Um, his
Especially
favorite.
considering I know a little bit about his background and stuff. That's why I was asking. If you wanted to share, you could.
Yeah, he has ADHD. This stuff is like really passionate in my heart because it's like people don't understand until they lived it. Um,
Right.
he has ADHD. He has a sensory processing disorder, and he recently has been diagnosed with dyslexia. So, and then on top of that, he has acute asthma and a heart murmur. So
Mhm.
it's like constantly like 100%.
Yeah, so finding events and stuff that he would be happy with is
Yeah.
kinda hard, right?
Yeah. Um, for Monster Jam, we had to bring his head canceling headphones because of the noise. That's a sensory thing. Um,
Right.
and then his favorite place in the whole world right now is Sky Zone. If I could talk, um, his his favorite thing right now is Sky Zone. He always wants to go to Sky Zone, but I always look at for something different because
Right.
it gets tiring to go to Sky Zone almost every time.
So that would probably be up there with one of his favorite things, like the favorite
Mhm.
event.
Yeah,
That's
Sky.
cool.
Yeah, he likes Sky Zone. I try to take him to the festivals here in Charleston. Like we have a huge 4th of July events and stuff, and I take him to those. It's just something different every month. We never know what we're getting into until we do it.
Right. I have seen online because I follow events from all over the place. I've seen the foam parties for kids. Is that something that he would
Yeah.
be able to go do?
Yeah, he can go do that. They have one in Huntington, I think, or it's in Milton or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, he would love it. He's been to one of those. He for a birthday party, and he absolutely loved it.
That's good. See, I was always thinking about that the other day when you approached me about the interview and stuff. I was sitting there thinking, I wonder what types of events he can actually do and enjoy.
Yeah, he could basically do everything. Um, I just have to be very careful with meltdowns and triggers. Um, we left Winter Jam. He's been to Winter Jam before, and we left there early because he was getting too overwhelmed with it, and it was a
Right.
concert. So it's like I had to pick and choose my battles, kind of.
What type of advice would you give to a mom that does have a child that needs a little bit of help and nurture?
Um, don't be afraid to ask for help, even though if you're like, I'm going to do this on my own. I don't care. Don't be afraid to ask out, like reach out and ask for help. Um, just trust your higher power, trust your faith, trust your heart, trust your instincts on everything. Don't second guess it.
Right. That's very good advice because I know even parents that are raising kids as like a family unit have a hard
Mhm.
time asking for help. And if people would start asking a little bit,
Yeah.
they'd be
Yeah. You never
they'd
know.
help
You
with
never
a lot.
know. And it's kind of like you're robbing yourself with a blessing. Like if you get blessed with something, you want to say yes to it. You don't want to like rob yourself from it.
Right.
And yeah,
So, okay, back to school. I know he's doing that now. He was
yes.
in schooling during the COVID shutdown, correct? What was the one thing that you were able to do to keep him and yourself sane during that entire time there was no school?
we we took breaks. We did we did one subject and then we took an hour break because so there was no time frame really on when he had to get assignments done as long as he got them done by the end of the day. So we did one subject, we took like a 30-minute to an hour break. We did once, then we would go back to it, and so on and so forth.
So now that he's going back to school, how are you coping with it as a mother? Are you in
Well, I actually love his school. His school that he is in now at Weberwood, he is absolutely amazing. Um, they have turned him completely around because during the COVID shutdown, we were homeless on the top of that. We was in a homeless shelter during COVID
Oh,
shutdown.
so you've
So,
overcome a lot and you really do have a story to tell.
yeah. Yeah. We was like homeless during the COVID thing. So we was in a homeless shelter while all the kids were remote learning. And at first I wanted to throw the damn tablet across the room. Because I was like, I don't understand how you're supposed to do this. But we got training through it, and somebody from the board of education came to the homeless shelter and showed the parents and showed the kids on how to navigate things, and that was a lifesaver on its own. But since we got our place 3 years ago, he's been going to Weberwood, and he's done like a 360. Like, he is not the same kid that he was 3 years ago.
I can imagine it would be traumatic on anybody to have to be in a homeless shelter. So for you guys to really change your life around, you have your own place, a roof over your head.
Yeah, we
That's
had
gonna be so
it was
stable for you
breaking
both.
it was breaking a cycle because I was homeless before the COVID shut down. I was before I married Jeremy, we was homeless for 3 consecutive years. The first 3 years of James's life, we were homeless.
Oh, wow.
So,
So I
um,
really have to give you your props because you turned it really around for you both.
yeah, it was breaking a cycle. It was really breaking a cycle. When me and his dad were together, it was a toxic relationship, and we left that night with just a book bag of clothes for me and then his diaper bag, and that's it. Um, we went to the homeless shelter, and then um, I decided that I had enough money to rent a hotel room, so we went and rented a hotel room. Then I ended up stuck again, and we ended up to a different homeless shelter. And then I got kicked out from there because I had my cell phone, and there was a policy about cell phones and everything. And we ended up moving back to Charleston, moving back to Parkersburg. And I stayed at Salvation Army, and I stayed in a halfway house. And was, and what my problem was, I was in the middle of an addiction. I was in the middle of spending my paycheck, spending my um, money on alcohol to cope with my mental health and everything. So I went and got um, through recovery with James on my side through that. And the first 3 years of his life, I've been through all of that. So,
That shows where you're so protective of Reeb too, because I've seen
yeah.
that on your posts. You're
Yeah.
really attached to him, and I can see why
Yeah.
now because
We
you
have,
went through the
we have,
hardest parts.
we do. Me and James really has a special bond going, and I want to continue keeping that because I didn't have that when I was growing up. So,
Right. Yeah, a bond between a parent and a child is a pretty strong bond, and it's not one that you want
yeah.
to break,
Right.
especially
Right.
if you've been there together through
Yeah.
a lot like that. And like I
Yeah.
said, I got to condone you for turning it all around. You've got your life together. I see you on TikTok. You had your first collaboration not too long ago on TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you want
Yes.
to talk about that a little bit?
That was a little nerve wracking and nervous. That was stepping out of my comfort zone 110%. um, because, like, I didn't know what I was doing. That's why I reached out to you. I was like, girl, I need help. I'm like, girl, I need help. I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, after that one, have you been contacted for any others?
um, no, not after that one. Not
Okay.
really.
I'll me- I'll I'll message you after this because the one company I work for is looking for other girls to start working with.
Send them my way. Send them my way.
I definitely will. And on TikTok, your videos. You do like cook with me's, your home like a day in your life. You'll
Yeah.
talk about your struggles and things.
Yeah, I
Can
want
you tell
to
me why
like
that's the direction you went?
yeah, I was like starting with like when I started TikTok, I was like maybe I can start sharing how my life is as a single mother.
Mhm.
And I seen other women do it, and I just like try to didn't really copy them but bring my own taste into it. because
Right.
there's other mothers doing it. And I was like, maybe I can start this. And because my life, I'm not going to say that my life is easy because it's not. It's 100% not. Um, and um, I'm like, maybe this will bring the realization because to like other women and have like supportive friends from all over the world and just not,
Yeah.
you know, in one
The
spot.
sad thing is, a stranger will give you more love and support than people who you ever known. Like,
Right,
the strangers will be there for you quicker than you think. And I
right.
have noticed that because I did my little research before this interview and I was going through your TikTok and stuff. And I was like, people really do want to interact with you on TikTok.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I love that for you. And I will
I
say
try,
this right now,
I try
I love
I
your
try to
cooking.
interact with them back, but sometimes it's hard to catch them.
Right. And I love your cooking videos. Like,
Yeah. I taught myself how to cook. I didn't have a mother figure
mhm.
in my life. I didn't really have. I had more of a father figure than a mother figure, but nobody taught me how to cook. And so when I was like 19 and I was like having my own place, I'm like, all I know how to make is mac and cheese and Roman noodles. So I went on to Pinterest. I went in, the Pinterest was really popular back then. And
Mhm.
so I went to Pinterest and I just Googled recipes. Like I just searched up recipes and that's where I mostly find my stuff.
So to this day, do you still look for recipes?
Oh yeah. and
I do too.
sometimes I just eyeball it. Like, what can I make with this chicken that we haven't? That I'm so tired of making the same thing. What can I make with this chicken? And I look what I have in my pantry or in my fridge, and I'm like, okay, this looks good with this, and and just eyeball it and just make something up.
Okay, I've got to ask you this because I've done this recently. I went to the grocery store and I was trying to make dinner for three with like $20. So I went to the
Okay,
meat department first. I found the
okay.
cheapest meat. And then it was like beef tips or something like that. So I'm standing in the grocery store Googling a recipe to make with beef tips. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, yeah. That's funny. But yeah, I've done that before. And it's like, um, I try to do my grocery shopping when James is not around because I think pretty sure all single mothers know, or all mothers know, when you bring a kid to the grocery store, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? And it's not in your budget. So you're like, no, and you're fighting with them. Anyway, it's best to do grocery shopping by yourself. And and um and I usually like try to meal plan in my head without writing it down, and it doesn't go that way at all. But it doesn't work. But I'm trying to make another strategy of it. But I'm like, okay, how to make homemade chicken pot pie, or how to make what kind of hamburger helper can you make from scratch? Kind of that kind of stuff all the time. Plus, I
Yeah.
keep them on top of it. So it's like when you have a kid trying to distract you, you can't pay attention to the savings.
Now, does James like to cook with you?
No. He's not allowed to touch. He's not allowed to touch the stove.
Okay,
He's
well then
not. Not yet.
food.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
He. We're slowly getting there. Now, if I'm baking something like cookies or something, he'll be like, "What's this? What's that?" And stuff like
Yeah.
that. But he knows how to make stuff in the microwave and um, knows how to independently cook for himself if he needs to. Like he knows how to make a hot dog in a microwave. He knows how to make Roman noodles, those microwavable mac and cheeses.
Mhm.
Um, he knows how to heat up leftovers if he needs to. I mean,
That's
simple
good for
stuff.
him to know. That's really good
Yeah,
for him to know.
Yeah, I remember when I was 9 or 10, I was like cooking in the microwave. I mean, but I was like, but I'm gonna have to start teaching him the stove a little bit because like he's almost to that teenage years and he'll need to learn how to.
Oh, teenage years. Are you looking forward to that? That just
I'm
clicks in
already,
my
I'm,
head. You're a
I'm
girl
already,
raising.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. He's double digits this year. He'll be double digits next month, actually. And
Oh,
he'll be 10 next month, and I'm not. He's already at the teenage level. He's already talking about teenage stuff, and I'm like, dude, you have no idea.
he's gonna want to be. How do I shave my face? What do I put on after? What do I use to shave?
Girl, just 2 years ago, I had to teach him how to wear deodorant. And then he,
That's
he's
something you would have
already,
had to have told
and
either.
then yeah, and then just like last year, he was starting to recognize name brand stuff like Nike, Jordan, Adidas. Yeah, just
Oh, he's starting
last
to get
year. So
official.
yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But
So,
but he knows, but he knows mommy doesn't buy like a $40 shirt. Mommy doesn't buy a $20 hat. He knows that we go
right.
to the clearance racks all the way to the back of the store and get.
There is nothing wrong with that. I still shop the clearance rack. I love the clearance rack.
All of our stuff has came from the clearance rack or the or secondhand. Like we don't, nothing's new to us. Nothing.
Right. Okay, so we're at the 20-minute mark, and at the 20 minutes, I like to do something called a blitz round. I'm going to
Okay.
ask you 4 questions. You answer them as quickly as you can without just like spitting out the first thing, seeing
Oh boy.
your reaction.
Okay. Okay.
I've already got my questions. Let me get them here. All right. Your favorite meal,
Spaghetti.
favorite song,
Listen by Beyonce.
favorite restaurant.
Anything Chinese.
If you could choose one travel destination, where are you going that you've never been?
One travel. Hawaii.
And what would be the perfect mother and son day for you?
Like the beach, somewhere with a beach.
All right. So, based on your answers to your blitz round right there, seems to me like you need to just load up, go to Hawaii, take your son, and have the perfect mother son day.
Yeah, yeah. Show me the money and we'll go do that. Show me the money and we'll go do that.
Maybe one of these days your TikTok will take off and you'll get one of those travel destination collaborations.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, we haven't. Me and a friend was talking about this the other day. We haven't really had a vacation. Like, we've been to Florida and stuff, but that's over family matters. So it
Mhm.
was like we never really had a vacation, you know, just of me and him.
And even like, well, I wouldn't really count the paparazzi trips as a vacation either. Because to me, that
No,
was still work.
yeah, we never really had a vacation. So yeah, that'd be great if we could just like hop on a plane and go to Hawaii.
Okay, so now that we've done the blitz round, I'm going to go into future goals and talk about what you would like to do in the future, long term. Let's start with just future goals for you and James.
Okay. Um, a house would be great. Like if I can like own a house, that'd be even more great. But realistically, it's not happening yet. But
Mhm.
renting, at least renting to own a house would be great. Um, just getting him through middle school would be fantastic. He has one more year of elementary school left, and then he'll be in middle school. Um, so getting him through that and getting him to high school would be great. Um, I don't know.
Has he expressed to you like anything he wants to do in the future?
He wants to be a YouTuber.
Oh, well,
Yeah, he wants to be a YouTuber, or he wants to go into graphic design, and design video games.
the graphic designing would be very good.
It would, and he would be really good at it, honestly. And he's really good with math. So even if he's doing something like a math video game or something, he would be
Oh,
good at it.
right. And then future goals for yourself. Do you have anything major that you want to accomplish for yourself?
Well, recently I started a job. I'm now a preschool teacher over at a daycare. Um, and I feel like I just hit a goal for myself because my goal was to find a job, a full time job,
Mhm.
and Monday through Friday, and not have to worry about childcare. And
Right.
that just happened because I got a full time job at this daycare, and childcare is covered. Like,
Mhm.
he goes to third base, which is an after school program after school at his school. He doesn't go anywhere else. And then when he doesn't have school, like on spring break and stuff, he can go to my work for free and just be there while I'm there. And then I have the weekends with him. So, yeah, it's Monday through Friday, and I work 9-hour shifts.
That's going to be very helpful for the both of you to not have to worry
Yeah,
about
and
childcare.
I feel like that was a goal set for of itself. You know what I mean?
Right. Like business wise or anything like that, have goals that you would love to do?
I have thought about like opening up a thrift store type
Hmm.
thing, and then I have an associate's in childhood development. So I was always in my process in high school, I was wanting to open up like a children's home for troubled youth because I've seen the negative part of it and I've seen the negative part of it. So I
Hmm.
was even thinking about doing that one time. So I had business ideas, I just haven't gone with through them.
I mean, that would be something that is kind of, I would think that would be needed for somebody that has been on the downside of it to go through homelessness, to go through not really having the support system and then taking over and helping other kids. I feel like that
Yeah.
would be something that is empowering.
Yeah. So, like, right now, foster care kids, you can fill out the Super Bowl stadium 6 times is how many kids in foster care we have in West Virginia.
That is so sad. See, I always see the signs where they're looking for foster parenting around here,
Yeah.
and I want to do it. I just need to get a little bit more stable and on my feet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once
Same.
my goal is to be a foster mom, or at
Yeah.
least
Uh,
to adopt. And
yeah. I can't have any more kids personally. I can't have any more kids because of health problems. But I would love to like take in troubled youth or at least adopt one more kid or something.
has James ever expressed to you that he wants a sibling?
Yes, I get reminded almost every day. I get, and it's like I can't have it. I try to explain to him I can't have any more kids, and
Right.
he just doesn't understand yet.
He will one day.
Yeah,
For
he
now,
will.
he'll understand,
Yeah.
especially if you reach your goals and actually bring him in a foster kid, and he's going to be like, "Oh, forget all
Because
about
it,
you having a kid."
yeah, because his birth story is a whole different story in itself.
Right. Well, one day maybe we could bring you back and have you discuss something about that lines because um I am actually working on a project, a little bit about myself considering what you just brought up. It's because I have endometriosis, which is a health condition with
Mm,
infertility and things like that. And I want to start doing a series also about women who are living with that and dealing with the fact that they want kids but can't have them. So
yeah,
maybe one day we could talk about that too.
yeah. Mine's more of my sugar and blood sugar intakes.
Mhm.
Um, I died for like, I think they said 3 minutes on the paperwork after giving birth to James.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then his heart stopped for a little while too. So it's like they told me just to be safe and get my tubes tied after having James, and that's what I did.
Well, I mean, I know that had to be a hard decision. Me
Yeah.
personally, I kind of just want the hysterectomy, but that's another story.
Yeah. It
So,
definitely changes your body after you have it.
yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to tell everybody that's watching out there about being a single parent and raising children on their own, or just anything in general that you would like to say?
Just be patient, trust your instincts, and um, just be your own best friend. Date yourself for a while. That's what I'm doing. I'm dating myself. So I'm in a relationship with myself. You gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else.
Right. Yeah. That is very good advice. So I think for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I want to thank you so much for being the second person to come on to Everybody Has a Story to Tell. You really did have a story. You have overcame some great things. I'm glad that I met you through a mutual friend. And I want to see you keep pushing, keep going. You and James one day will have that house.
Yeah.
You'll have another story to tell for
Yes, I
sure.
will. He's not done yet.
Yeah. You're not done yet. But thank you so much again. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for being here, and I hope you all have a great day. And if you have a story to tell, don't be afraid to tell it. Bye now.